The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so online. The papyrus.
Born by Rebecca and Justin Damsel, nurtured by the community, made by strangers and glorified by God. The story of Honorable Chief Dauphin Justin Damsel. In the gentle embrace of the 1980s, a star was born into the household of Chief Justice Justin Damsel and Rebecca Damsel. This child, one of 8 siblings, would grow to embody resilience, grace, and the unyielding spirit of service. Honorable Chief Dauphin Justin Damsel's life story is a remarkable tapestry of humble beginnings, tireless determination, and divine favor. A story nurtured by the community, molded by strangers, and glorified by God. Rooted in humility and purpose. Born and raised in Wukari local government of Taraba State, Dauphin's childhood was marked by the vibrant memories of a large close-knit family. Her father, a retired police officer and community leader, taught her, was a figure of wisdom and discipline. Her mother, Rebecca, was a tireless businesswoman and farmer, whose industriousness sets the foundation for Dauphin's own entrepreneurial spirit. Though life was modest, there was always enough to feel secure. In a household where education was a cherished value, Rebecca worked tirelessly to ensure her children attended the best schools available. As a child, Dauphin had displayed an early propensity for independence, with her choosing to hawk groundnuts with street children at a young age, and by the early age of 8, she was already running a small kiosk, where she mentioned she sold cooked food like rice, stew, and fried yam. Her choice to put herself out there at such a young age, despite her family's relative comfort, puzzled her mother, but revealed a tenacity and work ethic that would define her future. Rebecca, recognizing her daughter's determination, eventually allowed her to pursue her entrepreneurial ventures, marveling at the sharpness and drive of her young daughter, though not without her several unsuccessful attempts to stop Dauphin. It was established that Dauphin was a strong-willed child, something which would eventually become a much-needed virtue for her life's purpose and journey. Dauphin Justin Damsel, a journey of grace, community, and divine connection. Dauphin's journey wasn't without its trials. Her fierce independence and strong will often clashed with family expectations. While in secondary school, she made a selfless decision to use her WAEC exam registration fees to help a struggling schoolmate, nursing the thought that she would be able to get the money back from her mother somehow. But that was not the case, as when the time for exam came, she wasn't able to make it due to her sacrificial act, which she actually didn't mention to her family, and this led to a misunderstanding between herself and her mother, who was very much keen on education, and this singular act of selflessness by Dauphin was misinterpreted to be rebellion and caused a strain on her relationship with her family. But Dauphin, being the strong-willed, determined young lady that she was, eventually made a decision to do something to fix it. Undeterred, Dauphin found a job at a filling station. Having been imbibed with strong values from her family and church, she didn't believe in taking the easy way out. Her resilience saw her saving enough to pay for her exams and returning home with a distinction in her WAEC results, thus earning back her family's approval. These experiences forged a resilience in Dauphin that would guide her through life's challenges. Shortly after taking her O-level exams, she harbored dreams of a career in acting. Her elder brother, Honorable Dr. Terence Justin Damsel, immediate past focal person, social investment program and telecom executive, Benue State, wary of the stigma associated with acting and concerned with their religious background as a Jehovah's Witness, guided her toward journalism instead. Considering her brother's advice and the fact that she couldn't afford another disagreement with her family, she took his advice, which directed her to a path that would align her talent for storytelling and boldness for advocacy with her desire for dignity and impact. In 2002, Dauphin enrolled for a diploma program at Benue State University, Makurdi, to study mass communication, a decision that would open doors she could never have imagined. Her first encounter with the journalism was serendipitous. A chance meeting with a journalist at the government house led to her first job with a magazine publication named Scan Magazine, which was owned by Simeon Nwakudu, late CPS to Nyesom Wike, current Minister of FCT. During an assignment to write an article on the Kwande crisis happening in a community in Benue where she schooled, fate brought her to the press chapel at the government house in search of materials for the assignment. There, she would meet a journalist who would later be the link to her landing her first job as an inexperienced undergraduate. Late Joseph of Daily Trust, known for his bold style of writing and reporting, had warmed up to her on one occasion while escorting her to get a cab. They got into a random conversation about how many young students had the desire to be on television, but Dauphin expressed her desire to be a writer. But what she didn't know was the fact that that particular conversation would set a whole range of things in motion for her. She would later go on to meet her first mentor and employer, late Mr. Simeon Nwakudu, who owned Scan Magazine at that time. Here, she would land her first employment despite being an inexperienced student. He offered her a writing position with a salary of 4,000 naira and encouraged her to take on marketing to increase her earnings. Within a month, Dauphin's grace, determination, and charm transformed the magazine. Under her influence, the publication moved from black and white to colored prints, and sales soared. Her efforts caught the attention of the owner of Power magazine, Chief Tahab Aguza, CPS of former Governor George Akume, who offered her a new position with a 15,000 naira salary, a leap that marked the start of a new meteoric rise. Dauphin's reputation grew as she gained recognition for her work. Her early days as a journalist were marked by humility and willingness to learn. While still working with Scan Magazine, eventually her bylines began appearing, but she would notice that the articles published was different than what she had written. She recounted, "I didn't take my salary for 3 months and I was with Scan Magazine for 6 months. The day I had my bylines, I couldn't celebrate it because the story I submitted when it came out, it was different. So I was like I wasn't the one that wrote it, but Joseph kept saying it was my idea, so it was my story. My salary was with the secretary and I didn't take it for 3 months because then I'd come to ask for the manuscript I wrote, and when they gave me, I'd see corrections on every word, so I felt like I was just learning, so I didn't deserve a salary." She mentioned how instead of taking the salary, she relied on commissions from her sales. This experience taught Dauphin the weight of relationships and the cost of ambition, lessons that will shape her approach to leadership. In the journey of Honorable Chief Dauphin Justin Damsar, one relationship stands out not just for its depth but for the humor and misconceptions that marked its beginning. It was during her early days in media, working with Power magazine, long before Papyrus magazine was born. Senator Abba Moro, the then Association of Local Governments of Nigeria chairman, was someone Dauphin deeply admired. His eloquence, sharp intellect, and dynamic personality made him a figure she sought to connect with professionally. But Abba Moro didn't take it easy. In fact, he dismissed her outrightly, believing her to be promiscuous due to her visibility and familiarity with various local government chairmen. At the time, Dauphin's boldness set her apart. She would stride confidently into Algon meetings where chairmen gathered and claimed their snacks and drinks to share with other journalists waiting outside. These habits, combined with her core moral values, though harmless and strategic, earned her a reputation among some as bold and powerful yet unattainable. As the meeting prepared to commence, the room buzzed with conversations about her work ethic, smartness, and value. She recounted saying, "I would walk in boldly and take their snack and drinks, take it to journalists that were waiting outside to meet with other local government chairmen under the tree, and we would drink and wait for them." So when I was walking in that day, before I could walk from the door to where they were to start taking the snacks and drinks, Abba Moro as Algon chairman came in early this time because he usually comes late. As he's coming in, the commissioner is coming in and the meeting is starting. And then when he sat, everybody was like, "This Power girl is coming." Then I was still working with Power magazine. Then one of them said, "She's a very smart girl. She'll be laughing with you, but when you ask her for something, she will not give you." Before I knew it, everybody on the table started exclaiming, "Oh, she did the same to you?" And when I entered, Abba Moro stood up and stretched out his hands. And I was like, oh, this man that I've been trying to get across to for a while. Why is he reacting this way now? So I went and took his hands. This gesture left Dauphin puzzled but intrigued. He invited her to Okpoga, his local government in Benue, promising to give her the spotlight she had been seeking for so long. On the drive back from Okpoga, the conversation between them marked a turning point. Abamoro confessed that he had initially perceived her as wayward, only to realize that her success and reputation were the result of her relentless hard work and professionalism. From that day forward, their relationship transformed. Abamoro became a steadfast supporter, willing to help whenever needed. Their bond, forged nearly 2 decades ago, endures to this day, a testament of mutual respect and understanding. Reflecting on this encounter, Honorable Chief Dauphin Damsa often highlights the lesson it taught her. Misconceptions can only be corrected by staying true to oneself and one's value. Abamoro's eventual recognition of her dedication reinforced the importance of perseverance and integrity in a world quick to judge. This relationship, formed even before the creation of Papyrus magazine, exemplifies the divine orchestration in Dauphin's life. Strangers turned into allies and skeptics became believers, not through connections, but through undeniable force of her character and commitment. The path to success is often paved with challenges, but sometimes it is the divine intervention that leads to the right people at the right time. For the founder of Papyrus magazine, the journey was no different. From humble beginnings, where she found support from unexpected places, to navigating the corridors of power, her story is a testament of faith, determination, and the power of relationships. The remarkable journey of divine connection. Sometimes, destiny writes stories that defy logic, stories that bind individuals who never would have crossed paths under ordinary circumstances. The tale of Honorable Chief Dauphin Justin Damsa and her transformative connection with Senator Bukar Abba Ibrahim, former governor of Yobe State, is one such extraordinary narrative, a story of faith, persistence, and divine orchestration. While working tirelessly to grow Papyrus magazine into a platform that celebrated excellence in leadership, Dauphin's spirit was stirred by the name of Senator Bukar Abba Ibrahim. Compelled by what she believed to be a divine instruction, she made her way to his office at the Senate, determined to meet the man she felt destined to connect with. The journey, however, was anything but smooth. Her first visit, she encountered Dr. Emmanuel Nweke, who served as the senator's senior legislative aide, and he questioned her intentions. Despite her assurance, Dr. Emmanuel barred her from seeing the senator. Each attempt to reach him ended in frustration, with Emmanuel intercepting her at every turn. Even when the senator himself invited her to his office upon spotting her in the corridor, Emmanuel's gatekeeping blocked her progress. Feeling dejected but undeterred, Dauphin turned to God in prayer. She reminded herself of the divine assurance that he had inspired her in the first place. And going back to God in prayers, she reminded God, saying, Lord, you said no connections. You said you would bring the people I need into my life without me seeking help from others. Why is this one so difficult? Instead of giving up, she chose another route. She began promoting Senator Bukar Abba Ibrahim in her magazine, writing glowing features about his work. She aimed to catch his attention. One day, she published an article featuring a prophecy that described Senator Bukar as a critical figure in Nigeria's future. She delivered the magazine to his office, where the senator's secretary handed it directly to him. The message struck a chord. Curious about the publisher, Senator Bukar asked his team to find her. Ironically, the very aide who had kept her away became the one urgently searching for her within the National Assembly. When he finally located her, he relayed the senator's request for an immediate meeting. That meeting changed everything. For the first time, Dauphin met Senator Bukar face to face. She shared her story, her struggles, her determination, and her admiration for him. The senator, surprised that she had faced such resistance, welcomed her warmly and assured her of his accessibility. From that day forward, Senator Bukar Abba Ibrahim became a cornerstone of Papyrus magazine. He granted Dauphin direct access to him, provided his personal number, and became a staunch supporter of her vision. He endorsed the Most Astounding Lawmakers Award hosted by the magazine in 2010 and accepted the title of Grand Patron of the magazine. Senator Booker's generosity knew no bounds. He wrote recommendation letters to governors, introduced Dauphin to other lawmakers, and offered financial support to sustain the magazine's operations. He even appointed her as his media head, trusting her with professional advice during critical moments of his career. The relationship between Dauphin and Senator Booker transcended professional boundaries. He treated her like family, introducing her to his children and attending events, even during moments of personal discomfort. One memorable instance was when he suffered a nosebleed at one of the events but refused to leave, choosing instead to freshen up and return. Senator Booker's unwavering faith in Dauphin's ability and her commitment to him forged a bond that lasted until his passing in February 2024. Reflecting on their journey, Dauphin remarked, "He was everything to us. His advice, his support, and his belief in me shaped the course of my life and the magazine." The story of Senator Booker, Abba Ibrahim, and Honorable Chief Dauphin Justin Damsar is a testament to the power of persistent faith and divine hand in human connections. Through challenges and triumphs, their journey illuminated the beauty of purpose-driven relationships, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire. Dauphin recalls how Senator Booker nurtured her aspiration early in life. However, it was Senator Rochas Okorocha who became her beacon of inspiration long before their paths ever crossed. "I wrote about him every day," she says, holding on to the Bible's promise, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." The long-awaited meeting came during Senator Rochas' 53rd birthday, an occasion marked by the Papyrus Magazine Awards. Driven by admiration for his charitable works, Dauphin and her team honored him with a special edition and a modest gift. This moment, coordinated by Dr. Ebere and Okorocha's ADC, opened the door to a cherished relationship. Rochas not only welcomed Dauphin into his campaign as a director of Club 1000 Friends, but also introduced her to his family and wife, Miss Nneoma Nkechi Okorocha, who have literally become a mother to Dauphin. With an amazing relationship that has blossomed into something beautiful, she testifies of how Mrs. Nneoma pays much attention and motivates her to always keep her head held high, no matter what she is going through. She has served as an encourager, advisor, and intercessor to Dauphin. With her calls and support, she has since become an integral part of her life. Reflecting on their humility, she shares, "His children, despite being billionaires, work as if they are poor. They've taught me the value of relentless effort, and I've resolved to emulate their dedication." Her relationship with Ambassador Chief Ginika Henry Tor is a story of mutual inspiration and unwavering support. It began when Ginika walked into Dauphin's Makurdi office, drawn by the impact of her work in Papyrus magazine. From their first conversation, a bond was formed. Ginika, inspired by Dauphin's work ethic, launched Accolade magazine, a venture distinct yet complementary to Papyrus. Our friendship is almost 2 decades old, Dauphin shares. "Instead of rivalry, we choose collaboration. Ginika has replaced the 2 elder sisters God took from me. She is my confidant, my rock in times of need, and my partner in purpose. We share everything, even clothes." These women have been pillars of strength, contributing to our charity initiatives in Makurdi, Abuja, and beyond, she remarks. The birth of the Papyrus magazine. Honorable Chief Dauphin Justin Damsar's foray into publishing began as a one-woman army. When she started Papyrus magazine, she wore every hat imaginable: reporter, marketer, photographer, editor. Her dining table served as both her office and her battleground. Armed with passion and a vision, she invited her first collaborator and friend, Joseph Asawa, into this fledgling dream. Joseph Asawa, who had honed his skills in graphic designing and reporter at Power magazine, joined the venture at a time when Power magazine was on recess. It was through a mutual friend, Martins Mitskia, that the partnership was born. Martins, an ICT expert with Power magazine, had recognized the synergy between Dauphin's ambition and Joseph's expertise. With Joseph as her first staff member, they began to shape Papyrus magazine. Their early days were a testament to determination as they worked tirelessly from her dining table, but the foundation had been laid by two individuals with a shared belief in the vision. In those early days, Honorable Chief Dauphin Damsa's presence at events was impossible to miss. Dressed sharply, often in heels, she would run tirelessly, camera in hand, capturing the moments that mattered. Her enthusiasm was infectious, unconsciously earning her admiration from all corners. One of her first major benefactors was Regina Akume, who was the wife of the former executive governor of Benue State, Senator George Akume, who took notice of her zeal. Impressed by her smartness and dedication, Regina took a liking to her, recounting how, in one conversation, she told Dauphin that she admired her hustle and encouraged her to keep pushing forward. This admiration translated into real support. Regina Akume began to advocate for Dauphin, urging local government chairmen to support her business. On one occasion, she went as far as calling a chairman to insist that Dauphin be paid promptly for her work, warning them against defaulting. Regina's endorsement opened doors, solidifying Dauphin's reputation as a reliable and resourceful entrepreneur. Throughout her journey, Honorable Chief Dauphin Damsa experienced the profound kindness of strangers who acted as stepping stones to her success. One such individual was Abua Yaji, fondly nicknamed Crucial. He was a personal assistant to the former Benue State Governor, George Akume, and now serves as the current secretary to the state government, and he became a significant benefactor, advocating for Dauphin wherever obstacles arose. However, Yaji's interest in Dauphin was sparked by former Senate President and immediate past national chairman of PDP, Lorcia Ayu, another well-wisher who admired Dauphin's work ethic. Together, they became instrumental in ensuring that her efforts did not go unnoticed. However, whenever payments stalled or challenges arose, Dauphin could count on these strangers turned mentors to intervene on her behalf. It was an act of intervention like this that showcased the extraordinary role strangers played in her journey. God, she believes, orchestrated her encounters with individuals who became her lifelines at different points. God brought them to me, directly or somehow. I found them in one way or another. She reflects. These connections formed the backbone for her support system during challenging times. Dauphin Justin Damsa's story is one woven with deep ties to families, community service, and an unwavering dedication to supporting the development of those around her. Her bond with former Governor Gabriel Suswam of Benue State is one of close kinship, rooted in their shared family background. As second cousins, with her grandmother being his uncle's sister, Dauphin has known Suswam almost all her life. The familiar connection runs deeper, with Dauphin often referring to him as her uncle, a term signifying respect and close ties in their cultural structure. Throughout their journey, Dauphin found herself working tirelessly in support of Suswam's gubernatorial aspiration. As a journalist, she took it upon herself to promote his campaign through her magazine, Papyrus, which she distributed freely at locals at various campaign venues. Her mission, which was simple, to showcase Suswam's achievements in the House of Representatives and rally support for his gubernatorial bid. Though her position as a journalist meant remaining impartial, Dauphin's commitment to promoting Suswam was unmatched. She dedicated herself wholeheartedly to the cause, sharing magazines at the campaign grounds and advocating for him at every turn. When Suswam emerged victorious in the elections, expectation arose that Dauphin would receive a reward for her tireless support. However, as a young university student at that time, Dauphin was unsure of what to expect. While some in the community anticipated a favor, Suswam, uncertain of her intentions, hesitated. During the campaign, she had even been tasked with distributing funds to the people, following Suswam's directives, and attending numerous local government events with him. It was during one of these events that Matthias, a member of the State House of Assembly, entered the picture. In a pivotal meeting discussing the formation of a caretaker committee, Matthias spoke in Dauphin's favor, citing her dedication and hard work. The room was silent in response, and eventually, her name was endorsed for the committee position. While Suswam was initially apprehensive about appointing her, he was swayed by Matthias' support. This moment marked a turning point in Dauphin's life, as her name was publicly announced and she was soon appointed. Despite her lack of experience in local government affairs, Dauphin embraced the challenge, encouraged by her brother, Honorable Justin Terris Damsa's advice. Not to reject the opportunity, he warned her that turning it down could harm her reputation. And so, Dauphin pressed forward. Her name echoed across the radio waves, and soon she was swarmed by congratulatory calls, though she still felt uncertain of what lay ahead. Nevertheless, she performed her duties with dedication, earning the respect and admiration of her constituents. This connection to Suswa, through both family and work, has left an indelible mark on her journey. Her story is forever intertwined with his, particularly due to her role in promoting his campaign and her eventual appointment to the caretaker committee. In a further chapter of her career, Dauphin sought to expand the reach of Papyrus. She traveled to Taraba State carrying copies of the magazine with the simple goal of promoting her work and making her efforts known beyond her local borders. Recounting her decision to go to Taraba, she said, "My baby was out. She's beautiful. I wanted people to know about my baby. So when I went, I was sharing it. I'll pack the magazine on my hands like this and I'll be walking in my heels. My story of heels was because in my family, I'm the shortest and they insulted me black and white. So I always wear heels." It was in this process she encountered Honorable Danladi Baidu, the immediate past House of Reps member from the 9th National Assembly and a significant figure in Taraba politics. Baidu, impressed by Dauphin's persistence and magazine's growth, agreed to support her. Despite Dauphin's initial lack of interest in receiving anything in return, Honorable Baidu pushed for financial assistance to support the magazine's growth. Dauphin was taken aback but gracefully accepted the help. The funding came at a crucial time, as the magazine was in need of substantial resources for its tour of state. This financial support not only helped her sustain the publication, but also provided her with a sense of purpose and validation for her work. Honorable Baidu further advised Dauphin to use a portion of these funds to buy a car, befitting her status as a publisher. At the time, Dauphin did not know how to drive, but with the support of her family who got her a driver, she acquired the car and continued her work. This gesture marked a new chapter in her life, one of increased recognition and resources. The success of the magazine and the subsequent support she received from Honorable Baidu illustrated the power of perseverance and the importance of community connections. Dauphin's life journey has not been without challenges. Between balancing her magazine's operations and pursuing her studies at Nasarawa State University, she faced immense pressure. Despite these hurdles, she graduated with a second-class honors degree in business administration, a testament to her resilience. Her academic success, despite the challenges, was something she could not have imagined at the onset, as it stood as a victory not just for her, but for everyone who had supported her along the way. Her journey was not an easy one. She often had to travel long distances from Kefi to Makurdi because the Papyrus magazine was initially run in Makurdi, then back to the local government for her community duties. It was exhausting, and at that time, she relied on the car in which she acquired on Honorable Baidu's advice, though once dependable, began to show signs of wear after many trips to local government areas. But the tenacity she developed during this time became the bedrock for her future success. While pursuing her education further at the Nasarawa State University, Dauphin met Abu Sylvester Amali, a promising grassroots politician with a vision for change. Abu had resigned from the Nigerian prison service to serve his community as a counselor and later as a leader of the local government house. Their love blossomed, leading to marriage during her time as 300-level business administration student in Kefi. Nasarawa, with their union celebrated in a grand societal wedding attended by many prominent figures, along with ex-Benue Governor Suswa. Their marriage marked the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with responsibilities, children, and the pursuit of dreams. While juggling motherhood and a growing family, Dauphin began to explore her ambitions. And as her dreams and business grew, it was around this time that she began chasing a new vision to be able to publish the Papyrus magazine in every state of the Federation and to connect with the right mentors who could take her work to the next level. One of the most defining moments of Dauphin's journey was her pursuit of Her Excellency Pauline Talin, then Deputy Governor of Plateau State. Her admiration for Talin was unwavering, and she was determined to have her grace an event in Jos. Despite numerous attempts and long hours of waiting in Talin's sitting room, success seemed elusive. Talin, whom she had admired for years, had an aura of wisdom and grace that drew her in. Her journey to Talin's doorstep was not an easy one. Despite having connections, she faced constant rejection, unable to meet the woman she considered a role model. She remembers how she would sit for hours in Talin's office, waiting for an audience, growing frustrated at the silence. I would wait in the sitting room for hours, hoping to see her, but she never seemed to be available, she says. It was during one of these moments that things began to change. Her brother's friend, now Honorable Yusuf Adamu Gaji, helped her break through the barriers, took her to Talin, and when she finally met the former minister, everything fell into place. Mrs. Talin's support meant the world to her. Not only does Mrs. Talin attend her events, but she also became a mentor and guide, offering unwavering support. From that moment, our relationship grew and she has been like a mother to me. Mommy has been so supportive. There's no event of the Papyrus magazine that she doesn't attend, except she's not around, and even when she's not around, she would make a video that we will play in the hall, she says with deep gratitude. The relationship with Talin and others in power played a crucial role in the magazine's success, from launching events in various states to receiving crucial endorsements. These connections provided a platform for Papyrus magazine to thrive. Even when faced with obstacles, she remained focused on her mission, trusting that God's plan for her would unfold in due time. Looking back, she reflects on how far she has come. The relationships are built were not just based on money or material gain. They were born out of mutual respect and trust. God revealed these people to me and I pursued them with everything I had. Dofan's path further led to her moving to Abuja, where she sought opportunities to expand her horizons. With the support of her elder brothers, Dr. Justin Terris Damsa, the immediate past focal person, social investment program and telecom executive, Benue State, and Barrister Damsa began to explore the possibilities that the capital city offered. Her entry into Abuja was marked by bold initiatives, including the launch of Papyrus magazine in 2010, a venture that would become her legacy. The magazine's debut event, attended by prominent figures in the National Assembly like Farouk Lawal, Abdul Ningi, Aloysius Etuk, and Senator Bukar Abba Ibrahim, who also in one way or the other laid the foundation for her future successes. Exalted by strangers, glorified by God. Dofa reflects on her journey with a heart full of praise. I've been exalted by strangers and glorified by God, she says. She credits divine timing for every connection, particularly with Rocha's family. God wanted to be the one to connect me with them at the right time, and he did it perfectly. Her story is one of faith, resilience, and a relentless drive to make a difference. From her humble beginnings in Makurdi to the height of recognition and influence, Dofan Justin Damsa's life is a testament to the extraordinary things God can do through ordinary people. Today, Papyrus magazine is not just a publication, it is a testament to the power of divine connection, resilience, and the importance of relationships in shaping one's destiny. The journey may have been tough, but it was also filled with blessings and encounters that proved that when God is at the center, nothing is impossible. Today, Honorable Chief Dofan Justin Damsa stands as a testament to the power of resilience, community, and divine favor. Her life is a beacon of hope, proving that with faith, determination, and the support of both loved ones and strangers, one can rise above circumstances. In the fabric of every individual's life, there are threads of grace, community, and divine connection that weave together their journey. For Dofan Justin Damsa, these threads have been intricately crafted by love and support of a dedicated family. Her story is not just about personal growth, but about profound impact of a familiar bonds in shaping a life of purpose and resilience. When the idea of venturing into Nollywood arose, it was her elder brother, Dr. Justin Terris Damsa, who gently guided her toward a different path, media. At every point, the family had already made great sacrifices, including the payment of tuition fees by her brothers, who were known for their generosity. Their support allowed Dofan to focus on her career, which enabled her to cater for herself and in turn contribute to the family's overall well-being. At this point, the family, especially her mother, was deserving of a break. She had cared for many children, and now it was time for the brothers to take on the mantle of responsibility, ensuring that financial burdens were lifted from her shoulders. Justin Damsar, Dauphin's closest ally within the family, has always been there, together with her brothers, including Chief Damsar. The family shares a bond so deep that their love for one another is evident in their action. Whenever challenges arose, whether it was financial hardship or emotional turmoil, her brothers were always present, stepping in to support Dauphin with an unwavering devotion. Her darkest moments, especially after a significant loss in 2019, her brother Justin was there, offering more than just financial help. He provided emotional strength. The Damsar family, with its close-knit ties, never allowed jealousy to disrupt their unity they shared. Instead, they supported each other, ensuring that no shame or struggle was visible. As every member stood to cover the others during their toughest times, this unwavering family support system allowed Dauphin to pursue her career, knowing that whenever she faced challenges, her siblings were ready to step in. Simple acts of kindness like receiving a bag of rice or a financial transfer became symbols of the profound care her family offered. During times when she was not physically present at home, her brothers would ensure that her children were cared for, further emphasizing the importance of family solidarity. She also speaks on her love for her late father. My relationship with my father was a fantastic one. My father was the one that was not that disciplinary. My mother was the disciplinarian in the house. She will beat you, and my brother Damsar will support her to beat me, But my father is the type that if somebody comes to our house and said, "Your daughter beat me up," he will tell them to teach your daughter to fight very well. So the next time she will fight my daughter better. But my mother will carry cane and beat us again and say we should stop fighting. That we are children of God, So my father was the person that supports his children, whether what you are doing is bad or good. So far as it's not against you, my father will support it. I miss him so much. He has gone to be with the Lord so early. He died at 70, but I still miss him. Beyond just her brothers, Dauphin also found constant support from her little sister, who would always take care of her children when she had to work. Whether it was looking after the household or providing financial assistance, her siblings remained her rock, allowing her to focus on her professional growth while knowing her loved ones were well taken care of. And even as an adult, her immediate younger sister would send money into her bank accounts with messages of love and appreciation. These gestures, often filled with humor, reflect the deep affection that bond them together. Dauphin's gratitude extends beyond her immediate family. She recognizes the role that friends and her loved ones have played in this life, offering physical, emotional, psychological, and financial support. He credits all these individuals for being instrumental in shaping the person she is today. In the journey of life, Dauphin Justin Damsar's story is a testament to the strength of family, the grace of divine connections, and the power of unwavering support. Through every trial, her family stood by her, and together they navigated life's challenges with love, faith, and resilience. A legacy in the making. As Honorable Chief Dauphin celebrates another year of life, her story continues to inspire. She is not just the daughter of Rebecca and Justin Damsar. She is a child of the community, a product of strangers, belief in her potential, and a testament to God's unending grace. Her life reminds us that greatness is often born in the humblest of beginnings, and that every challenge is an opportunity to grow and shine. Happy birthday, Honorable Chief Dauphin Justin Damsar. Your journey is a masterpiece, and your story, glorified by God, will forever resonate as a symbol of hope and triumph.
The papyrus.